Today, I'll expose the 5 tactics women use to make their affairs look harmless, even while crossing every boundary in the book. These aren't theories or assumptions. These are documented patterns observed by relationship psychologists, therapists who've counseled hundreds of couples through infidelity, and yes, confessions from women themselves, who later admitted to using these exact strategies. Understanding these tactics isn't about paranoia or distrust. It's about protecting yourself from manipulation and recognizing red flags before they destroy your relationship. Before we begin, hit subscribe and drop a comment if you've ever noticed something that seemed off, but she had the perfect explanation. Your experience might open another man's eyes before it's too late. And drop your city or country in the comments. I want to see where this message reaches around the world. Tactic 1. Labeling him just a friend. Every cheating woman needs a disguise, and the most effective one is friendship. It's the oldest trick in the book because it's the hardest to argue against. After all, what kind of insecure, controlling partner doesn't allow their girlfriend or wife to have friends? The moment you question it, you risk looking jealous, possessive, or irrationally suspicious. She'll constantly mention him in casual conversation, weaving his name into your daily life until it becomes background noise. Oh, Mark helped me with that project today. Jake recommended this restaurant. He's got great taste. David texted about the meeting tomorrow. And if you dare to question the frequency or intimacy of these interactions, you'll hear the magic phrases, "He's just a coworker." "He's like my brother." "You're overreacting." Psychology behind it. This is what relationship experts call social normalization. By constantly framing the connection as innocent, she's programming your brain to stop questioning it. It's a form of psychological conditioning. The first time she mentions him, your antenna goes up slightly. The second time, you notice but say nothing. By the 10th time, his name is just part of the landscape of her life, and you've stopped paying attention. And the more often she repeats it, the more harmless it sounds. Repetition creates familiarity, and familiarity breeds acceptance. It's the same principle advertisers use to make you trust a brand. Say it enough times, and people start believing it without evidence. Real-life example. She laughs at his texts while sitting next to you on the couch. She talks to him every day, sometimes multiple times. She even shows you their messages, carefully edited, of course, to prove there's nothing going on. She might read one out loud. "He's asking about the Johnson account deadline. See? Work stuff." What she doesn't show you are the deleted messages from that same conversation where they joked about inside references only they understand, where he called her beautiful, where she complained about feeling unappreciated at home. The goal? Desensitize you to his presence until it feels natural, until questioning it feels paranoid, until you're the one who feels guilty for even wondering. Tactic 2. Inviting transparency at the right time. When you start noticing her behavior, the increased phone time, the secretive smiles, the emotional distance, she suddenly becomes open, almost suspiciously open. She leaves her phone on the table during dinner. Face up, notifications visible. She reads messages out loud without being asked. She even offers to let you scroll through her texts, saying things like, "Here, look if you don't trust me, I have nothing to hide." And when you take her up on it, you find nothing. Work emails, group chats with girlfriends, innocent exchanges with male colleagues that are perfectly appropriate. You feel relieved. Maybe you were wrong. Maybe you were just being paranoid after all. Psychology behind it. This is performative honesty, and it's devastatingly effective. She gives you a staged version of transparency to rebuild trust. It's like a magician showing you an empty hat before pulling out a rabbit, except the rabbit is already hidden somewhere else entirely. By pretending she has nothing to hide, she earns back your confidence. Right before resuming the same secret behavior, just through different channels you don't know to check. Real-life example. You question her about late-night texts that keep lighting up her phone. She doesn't get defensive. Instead, she smiles warmly, picks up her phone, unlocks it, and hands it to you. See? Nothing to hide. Look at whatever you want. You scroll through her messages. Everything looks innocent. You feel like an asshole for doubting her. What you didn't see are the messages she already deleted 10 minutes before you got home. What you didn't know is that she has a separate messaging app disguised as a calculator or a photo vault. What you don't realize is that Brad from accounting in her contacts is actually saved under her female co-worker's name. The transparency is real. The honesty isn't. Tactic 3. Using group settings as cover. She'll meet him under the pretense of a group event, lunch with co-workers, a friend's birthday party, a team meeting that ran late, drinks with people from the office. You think she's surrounded by people. In reality, it's one-on-one time cleverly disguised within the crowd. I'm meeting a few people from work for happy hour. Sarah invited me to her birthday thing. There'll be like 10 people there. The team's doing a group dinner to celebrate hitting our targets. You don't question it because it sounds public, social, and harmless. Group settings feel safe, but here's what actually happens. Psychology behind it. This is environmental camouflage. The group setting creates the illusion of safety and propriety. You don't question it because it sounds public and harmless. Your brain categorizes group dinner with coworkers very differently than dinner with male coworker, even if the end result is the same. It's also genius because it's technically not a lie. There might actually be a group event happening. She's just strategically managing when she arrives and when she leaves to maximize alone time with him. Real-life example. She tells you she's grabbing dinner with the team after work. What she doesn't mention is that she's arriving an hour early to have drinks with him first, or that she's staying 2 hours after everyone else leaves because they're finishing a conversation, or that while there are technically 6 people at the table, she and he are sitting at one end having their own private conversation while everyone else talks amongst themselves. The group event is real. The affair is happening inside it, invisible to you because you're picturing something entirely different when she describes her evening. Tactic 4. Turning suspicion into humor. When you finally work up the courage to confront her about your concerns, she doesn't get angry or defensive. She laughs. She makes your concern sound absolutely ridiculous, so absurd that you immediately question yourself for even bringing it up. Oh my God, are you seriously jealous of him? You really think I'd cheat on you with that guy? Have you seen him? Wow, someone's feeling insecure today. And just like that, the conversation is over. Not because she answered your concerns, but because she made you feel foolish for having them. Psychology behind it. This is mocking deflection, and it's a masterclass in manipulation. Humor disarms confrontation. If she can make you feel silly for asking, you'll stop asking. It turns your intuition into a joke and your legitimate doubt into personal insecurity. It also flips the script entirely. Suddenly, you're not having a conversation about her suspicious behavior. You're having a conversation about your jealousy, your trust issues, your insecurity. She's redirected the spotlight from her actions to your reactions. Real-life example. You say, "You and Chris seem really close. You text him more than you text me." She bursts out laughing. "Wait, are you serious right now? Chris? Yeah, totally. We're secretly married and have 3 kids together. Didn't you know?" She's grinning, eyes sparkling with amusement at how ridiculous you're being. You find yourself laughing too, despite yourself. It does sound kind of ridiculous when she puts it that way. You drop it. She goes back to texting Chris. The boundary violation continues, but now you're too embarrassed to bring it up again. Tactic 5. Overcompensating with affection. After suspicious behavior, a late night at work, a weekend trip with friends, increased phone secrecy, she suddenly becomes warmer. The affection increases dramatically. loving text messages throughout the day, compliments you haven't heard in months, small gifts for no reason, initiating physical intimacy more frequently. You think she's reconnecting with you. You think maybe you went through a rough patch, but you're coming out the other side. You think the relationship is getting better. She's really just covering emotional distance with performative closeness. Psychology behind it. This is guilt displacement, and it's one of the most common patterns therapists observe in unfaithful partners. By acting extra loving, she accomplishes two things. She neutralizes your suspicion, and she manages her own guilt. It's a preemptive apology disguised as renewed affection. The guilt from betraying you creates psychological discomfort that she needs to resolve, but she can't actually apologize because that would require confession. So instead, she treats you extra well, which temporarily soothes her conscience while simultaneously making you less likely to suspect anything is wrong. Real-life example. After a 3-day work conference in another city, she returns home acting unusually sweet. She's cooked your favorite meal, something she hasn't done in months. She's cuddling with you on the couch, asking about your day, actually listening to your answers. She's texting you compliments during work hours. Just wanted to say I'm lucky to have you, and can't wait to see you tonight. You mistake it for love and renewed commitment. It's actually guilt management. She's not becoming more attracted to you. She's managing the cognitive dissonance of betraying you while still wanting to see herself as a good person. The affection is real in the moment, but it's motivated by her internal discomfort, not by genuine rekindled feelings. Within 2 weeks, the extra affection fades, and things return to how they were before, until the next time she needs to manage her guilt.